Welcome to another part of the Dark Vengeance limited edition assembly. Well, here's all the guys anyways. So these are going to be all the Dark Angels, and I'm just going to show you how they all go together. So this guy here is 3 pieces. Here's their company master. Make sure you put the head in first. I made that mistake, didn't realize it, and had to pry things apart a little bit. Backpack goes on, and these arms here. So here I am not putting the head in first. And then realizing it as I take this picture, and there we go. So I had to pry this out a bit and force that in there, but if you did that first, it'd be no problem. Here's the Librarian. I don't think there's any particular order here, but really nice character, nice way it fits together there with the posts. And so yeah, just pushing that in, and then I'm going to put the other arm on, and then the backpack, and just cleaning up some of the mold lines along there. Okay, for the sergeant with the plasma pistol and chainsword, just make sure that you put your head on first. And I'm really not saying anything that's that critical, because you have instructions if you pick this up. So this is only really, I guess, if you buy this on eBay. But you get to see some of the detail here. Much better than the previous Assault on Black Reach set. So yeah, I glued that in there like that. Cleaned up some of the mold lines ahead of time, and glued him together. Here's the plasma cannon. So you have 2 sides to the front of the gun, so that you end up with a drilled out barrel that's a little bit oblong already. Then you have a couple square pegs here, just to make sure that everything goes in and positions right, and this lines up very nicely. So putting that all together, trying to scrape some of these. Some of the tactical symbols aren't the greatest detail, so you have to fudge it a little bit when you paint, or if you're scraping those off, that'll be a little bit of fun for you. And yeah, so everything lines up really nicely on there, and overall it's going to look pretty decent. Not quite as nice as the Devastator's box, but you have some Dark Angel iconography on it. And now we're looking at some of the regular guys. So this one here's the plasma gun. In the previous set you had a flamer, so a little bit different. Fits together nice. These things, these guys here, this one seems very similar to the Assault on Black Reach regular troops. You can still see a little bit of a peg there, but once you paint it up, probably won't notice that anyways. And yeah, like I mentioned, some of these symbols here aren't the greatest way that they're molded, but hey, it's plastic, so you can always scrape it off. Looking at the Terminator Sergeant, so all the Terminators come with some sort of a chaos bit that goes on the. Some of them are skulls, some of them are demon. I think the demon pieces. I'll see in the pictures here. This one here, I feel like they cheated the way that he looks. I mean, it's not terrible, but kind of cut into things a little bit there. And I don't think a Terminator head would actually be able to turn that much. It looks a little bit odd because these here are mounted to his shoulders, and so they're straight, but I'm nitpicking. Yeah, there he is all assembled. Here's the assault cannon, and kind of a nice pose on this. Not quite as nice as the Space Hulk version, but I think they wanted to change it just a little bit. You can see how everything kind of goes together here. Still much better than the Assault on Black Reach Terminators, and lots and lots of nice detail there. You can see how this peg kind of goes backwards a bit, and that will allow you to get that nice pose. And you just kind of wiggle things on, and once they push in as tight as they can, you know you've got the exact right position. And this guy, he has a bit of ammo there that goes in his hole. These guys here, 2 more identical ones, not too much different from the other guys, nothing that important. Some nice Mark 6 heads here. These guys, again, not too much fancy detail. I mean, they cheat a bit here with the undercuts, but that's okay. One more guy. So yeah, there's a couple doubles, which is to be expected. And here we go with a nice chain fist on your Terminator. A nice dynamic pose. And this guy here, he reminds me a lot of one of the Space Hulk Terminators, although that Space Hulk one leans forward a bit too much. It has a bit of an odd kind of lean to him. So this one's got a nice shooting pose and cocked back there, ready to swipe at something. and you have a cultist head that goes down there at the bottom. Now we're looking at the Raven Wing bikes. So they all kind of have the same idea, where you have your rider with one arm, you have the other arm attached to the handlebars, you have this sort of cowling at the front, and backpack. And so there's a particular order that you want to do this in, and again the instructions tell you, but make sure you glue the rider in first, because that peg there is going to be very difficult otherwise. And yes, make sure you clean up things and squeeze it nice and tight, cleaning up any glue, otherwise you can get some gaps, and those would be kind of nasty looking. And everything fits together nicely on that base. It'll be interesting to see what these things look like alongside the regular Raven Wing bikes. Hopefully they blend in nicely and don't look too out of place. So here's a double of the Terminator. So there's two of this guy, one in each sprue, and so here we go, putting them together. Just your basic Power Fist and Stormbolter. And that's it for the Dark Angels. Check back again for the Chaos Assembly. See you next time.